Imagine you are living in alone in the forest or under a tree, like Zarathustra, for the whole life. Your motivation for what? For your solitude? For your present moment awareness? There's a very nice book called Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Nietzsche. So Zarathustra is living in the forest and it's on a huge, isolated mountain, and on top of there's a very one tree, and he's living under it and so many years. And one day he think about the sun is coming and sun is setting, seasons are coming and going. I was here, I should go to the fish market instead. And he's making his mind to go to the fish market or Sunday fair. And he's rationalizing it. Of course, Zarathustra is the founder of a Parsi religion. It's a very ancient uh, Iranian person. And now Nietzsche is writing about on behalf of Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and he justified, what is the use of living in this solitude life? I must go to the fish market. And when they on the way, halfway, there are people coming to worship Zarathustra, because he is recognized as a sage. And they come and ask, what is the way to Zarathustra? He says, you have to go to the top of the mountain. And in the long discussion, he says, who are you? I am Zarathustra. And he is pointing the way to mountain. And that particular person is asking, so we are in worshipping because you are love solitude. And where are you going? I am now going to go to the fish market. And that explanation, you get the goose pimples, the writing, living in the complete forest, and he has been there, knowing the disadvantage of going to the fish market, he is going. I mean, he knows the repercussion. Such a wise person is going there. And the rest of the book is explaining what happened to Zarathustra and all the kind of thing. But the other book I was exposed is Jonathan Livingston Seagull. The Seagull is talking about, writing by John Bach. He is a pilot. And he is explaining the seagull's different dives, different the flying kind of things. So beautiful. About 80 pages, maybe 30 odd number of pages are just photos. And when he goes there, he's learning flying at the sea water level, high speed, and going directly up there and coming down 170, 80 miles per hour. His wings are blowing off. And he found kind of a liberation there. And then he knows by that time all the other fellow, the seagulls have outcasted him. His father is the leader. So later he make up his mind to, I must go to the breakfast fork. Always eating at the beach. So when he come back, all the leader, father says, that bloody fellow is coming back, don't follow him, he is mad fellow. So he says, I found something I would like to share with you, but no one. And there's one seagull was there, one leg broken. He is limping and coming to him. The way he explained after he's got the kind of a freedom or kind of a liberation, he made up his mind to come back to the breakfast fork, eating people. He come with the knowledge, not for the mere popularity, not for the mind and gain, money and gain. So that coming is the first enlightenment. The Buddha has the idea not to preach. No use of, because people are completely blindfolded. And then according to the canonical, the Maha Brahma came and paid respect. Oh, it's a loss to the humankind. that you develop so much of perfections and you told that I will get perfect, I will cross the world and I will help others. But now once you understood, you thought not to share it. The way he made up his mind to come back to the breakfast walk, these parts are really, really going against the grain. It is always disadvantageous, but knowing that disadvantage, you can touch it. No, it is shit. What is wrong? You can still touch. It will not smear you. If you're telling that it's shit, no, I must not touch, that means egotism is there. You can touch it, whether it's gold or shit, no harm. So that part, very difficult to put into words. Few books I referred. So when it is reading, see that the so-called professors and knowledge people are just shit. They don't know how to communicate the truth. They have to be very simple. We have to be very humble. And then it's a silent sermon rather than explaining in the linear way, rational way. But it is nowadays it is happening. Now we are in such a area of the era, it is happening. You have to be fully alert. So fully open to that.
When you say silent sermon, Bhante, is that like an energetic transmission?
That is called good vibration.
Good vibration.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is happening. That is happening. That is why we get together here. Otherwise, no one is asking to come here and do kind of thing for what gain. We have kind of a bondage we call mindful family. And we can't say that there's a lot of people not available, it is not, it is disadvantage. No. This kind of a community cannot be, if it is so popular and big, something wrong somewhere. It's very limited.
And Bhante,